Let me show you a 6-step plan so that you can read more books using post-it notes. So get the books that you want to read and get some post-it notes, and I'm going to show you step by step how this is going to work. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to separate your books in 2 piles. The first pile is going to be finished books, and the second pile is going to be unfinished books. So the finished books we're going to put in this pile. So this, finish this, and that. Okay, so these 4 books I have in the finished pile. So these are the books that I've read. And the second pile of the unfinished books, these 4 books, I didn't read or I didn't finish yet. So we're going to have in this pile. And then what you can also do to organize your books more is you can get like 2 bags or 2 book holders. And one book holder is for books you finished, and the other book holder or bag is for books you didn't finish. So let's say you finish one of the books and you can put it in the done bag or done book holder. So that way you wouldn't accidentally read the same book twice. Now, there are some strategies where you can read the same book twice, but that's for a later video. The second step is write done in book title once you finish reading a book. So this is going to help you with motivation and organization, since you can see the books that you actually finished stop piling up. And this is a good motivator too. So let's say we finished the E-Myth. This is what you would do. So on the top of the post-it, you write done, because that means we fully finished reading the book. And then you'd write the book title underneath it. So the E-Myth. Okay, so done and the book title. And then what you want to do is do this. You rip the piece off, and then you just simply put it on the book like this. So now you know you finished this book, and then you can put it in the done pile once you're done. And that way you can keep stacking up the books that you finished reading. And also, don't just read books, use books. So apply the ideas that you learn from books to improve your life. So you may have noticed on this book, I have a few post-it notes on it, 3 post-it notes. So step 3 is I'm going to show you this strategy on how these post-it notes can make your reading more organized and how I can motivate you to read more. So let me show you this. So the first post-it note is this. It's like a little post-it note strip, and I just wrote done and I underlined it. This post-it note is the page you finished reading. So let's say you start reading on page 43 and you want to read 10 pages. What you do is you put this on page 53. Now we know what to read until. Now this next post-it note is going to be on the top of the page where you start reading. So for me, I ended on page 53. So the next day I'll put this on top of page 54. So finished reading 53. Now I put it on top of page 54. Okay. And this next post-it note is if you didn't finish reading a page. So I wrote start in the little arrow I cut out. So you just mark the word where you finished reading. But what I recommend you do is you actually don't need this. I would recommend you just fully finish the page you're reading so that you can keep it simple with just 2 post-it notes. Where you stop reading for the day and where you start reading. Step 4 is the bookmark to use. So now that we already have the post-it notes ready, we're going to upgrade this strategy by using the right bookmark. So which bookmark should you use? I'd recommend a bookmark that is just clear on one side. The other side can have design or words on it, but one side of the bookmark is just a plain color. So that way when you're reading like this, you wouldn't have any words or design on the bookmark distracting you from reading. So get a bookmark that is clear on one side. Step 5, on the post-it, write one idea that you learned from today's reading and reflect. So let's say you're reading this book and you will learn one idea. So you can write today's date and then one idea. So the month, day, year, and one idea. So while you're reading, you'd find one thing to apply to your life, and then after you're reading, you can take action on that to get the most value out of reading. So now that's how you can use the post-it notes to motivate yourself to read more and be more organized. Now let me give you a simple 7-day reading plan. and it's only going to be 10 pages a day with this plan. So you can read more over time, but starting off, keep it simple with this 7-day plan. Monday, a classic book like 50 or 100 plus years old. Tuesday, a biography. Wednesday, a productivity or skill book. Thursday, a money or finance book. Friday, a psychology book. Saturday, a fitness book. And Sunday, a healthy eating book. So that's a 6-step plan and how you can use Post-its to read more. What do you think is the most important step in this 6-step system? Follow for more productivity systems like this.